If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
But let's talk about their Super Bowl chances. And Mike, look, we can talk until we're blue in the face about how great Tom Brady is. He's done so much with so little in the past. He gets it done. He's the GOAT. I get it. What's their best chance to win shorthanded with where Brady and this team is right now?
I don't think they're shorthanded. It's going to be using two tight ends, Rob Gronkowski and Cam Brate.
A couple things are on the line, our playoff seeding. That's definitely a factor, you want to be the highest seed that you possibly can be. And we have a chance to move up in the seeding. So that's very important to go out there, play some good football, and give it our best chance to have the highest possible seed we can for the playoffs.
Congratulations on the win. I'm sure it took years off of your life, when you're losing the entire time until 15 seconds left. That's a bit of a nail biter for you.
Yeah, it's that old saying, it's never over till it's over. Yeah. And when you have Tom and the group we have, it's a comforting feeling sometimes.
Yeah, with Tom, it's never over. I think that's a good way to put it.
When we execute, we play at a very, very high level. We play fast and right where we need to be at all particular times. So when it comes down to what we need to do, it's pure execution at the end of the day.
Also, along those lines, this was a team that you guys were favored to beat by like 10 plus points. Mm-hmm. Same with Washington. Same with when the Saints came here. Do you think at any point in time this team maybe has a problem with kind of playing down to certain opponents that maybe they're expected to beat by a lot?
No, I believe it's any given Sunday in this league. And I believe each and every single team has great elite athletes and they want to amplify them. And I think when we look at a team like Carolina, they're trying to figure out what they want to be as a particular offense. We saw a lot of different things, whether it was Cam playing, whether it was Sam playing. They had some tricks. Same thing with the Jets. They had tricks. They had things up their sleeves that they wanted to run against us. And for lack of better words, they had nothing to lose, and they want to execute and find ways that they can prepare for the next season or the things that they want to do for their particular team. So we need to be aware of those things. We need to adjust and adapt, and that's what a great defense does. And we found ways to do that in the past, and I think we'll find ways to do that in the future.
For 20 years at the Jets and the Dolphins, we had to defend Tom Brady. And the thing that was so frustrating is he's a game plan specific quarterback. Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians will do whatever it takes to win. So you put Larry Fournette on the field. Cam Brate can get open. He's a good receiver. Look for them to try to control the middle of the field with him and Gronk. And what's frustrating is once you eliminate the outside, which obviously now with Godwin and AB gone, they're not the same. They will do what they have to do to win games. And to defend two really good tight ends is very difficult from a defensive perspective. I think they evolve on the fly here, and they're going to be very difficult to beat in the playoffs.
What do you think that comeback win says about your team and at this point in the season?
I thought it was huge for us, and those are the type of wins that really can help you down the road because you saw yourself what not to do, but you still win. And I always said you learn just as much by almost losing than you do losing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's a much more fun lesson to learn. Yeah,
everybody listens a little bit more to the corrections.
Yeah,
you just can't, take your foot off the gas pedal. You got to be going full speed. You got to prepare full speed like we did in today's walkthrough practice, which was nice, and just got to be prepared mentally and physically for whatever game it is.
Cyril Grayson, 33-yard game-winning touchdown. Take us through that play and the decision to call it for him.
Yeah, it was really set up for Cam, and Tom read the coverage perfectly. They were playing a kind of a matched-up zone, and he pumped Cam on the out, and the safety hung, the corner bit it, so he threw a perfect ball, and the safety couldn't get there, so it was just a great play by Tom and Cyril.
You guys have had to count a lot more on Tyler Johnson, Cyril Grayson, Brashad Perryman, including on that game-winning drive, right? We saw a lot of Tyler and Cyril. What have those guys shown you in more of the opportunities that they've gotten?
Yes, it's just great to see those guys step up. I mean, they've been working, working hard all year since training camp, just trying to be the best players that they can be. And just to see, that opportunity that they have and stepping up helps out the team big time.
He just keeps working and working at it. And like I said, I asked Tom a couple weeks ago, put him in, I trust him.
You see Tom go over and, talk to them. He does the same thing with me. If I run a kind of, a route that, he thought I was going to be there, but I was really over there, he's going to come over to you and talk to you. Hey, why were you there? What were you thinking? that's how he gets on the same page as you. So then you're ready for the game. And that's what he does with those receivers too. And that's what he's been doing with whoever's in that week, just making sure that he's on the same page. So it kind of develops throughout practice, and that's where you develop the chemistry.
And that's a big statement.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And he also had the 3rd and 20 conversion. Tell us about that play.
That was really big. Again, with his speed, once you get past 20, the DBs are going to take off. And he stopped right on the sticks, and great throw by Tom again. And again, great protection on both those plays.
Yeah, and that last drive, 93 yards in 2 minutes and no timeouts. In any other scenario other than a team led by Tom Brady, that would sound not ideal.
No, exactly. And he's done it so many times in his career. When you're in the huddle with him, you're like, okay, we got this.
Yeah, and not even spiking it, just, yeah, we're good. We got all the time in the world. Just a little stroll down the field here. So tell us about that drive and what worked so well about it, and looking back, what you think the team learned from it.
Well, I think protection. Tom had all the time in the world, and we started out with some short throws, got completions, got some momentum going, hit the big one to Tyler on the in route, and again, we're trying to get out of bounds, trying to hit Cam, and just presented itself perfectly for the touchdown.
And how about the 2-point conversion? Tell us about that play.
Yeah, we worry about the only way we could lose the game at that point was to have the kick blocked, and so let's go for 2. Le'Veon did a great job getting in there, and then that made him have to have a touchdown. Yeah,
and so other than the final drive, total Brady's performance, 410 yards, 3 touchdowns. What did you see from him in that game?
I thought it was a really great ball game, other than a couple plays, and nobody plays perfect every time. And he threw some balls up to Mike. Mike got one of them, and they got one of them. But I thought he played outstanding.
How do you feel like you guys have handled adversity throughout the year? I feel like this year, every which week, maybe it was injuries for the longest time. You guys have really figured out a way to still be very successful and win the division.
Yeah, no question. We've definitely found ways, and I think our coaches do an amazing job of putting great game plans together. In addition to understand the guys in their particular roles and when they need to step up and when they're going to be called on. And so as long as we stay on that particular route and roll with the punches and then find ways to exceed them, I think we'll be perfectly fine and be where we want to be.
It was incredible that at one point during the game, the broadcast put up something talking about how he has never led the NFL in all 4 of the categories he's currently leading in terms of completions, attempts, passing yards, touchdowns, all these things. And this is talking about this season, not a cumulative thing. So why is he, somebody who's had such a prolific career for so long, now doing things even he's never done at this age?
He's just remarkable. He fits into what we do so well. And he bought in during last year when he came here, and he knew he had the weapons. And, now we've got new weapons. And part of that's him building that confidence in those players, those young players. And I'm just really happy for him.
And, of course, a big part of his success is Gronk. That's a pretty go-to guy for him. And we had talked about how a couple of games before this, there were some, I think you'd put it as uncharacteristic drops for Gronk. It seemed like they weren't always on the same page, which again, usually you can count on those two to always be on the same page. And then now he comes into this game, 7 catches, 115 yards. What seemed to be the turnaround, or what worked well this particular game to get them back on that page?
Yeah, there was a lot of matchups, really good matchups for him in this game. And Tom kept finding him. He kept making some great catches and runs after catch. I don't know if they ever did tackle him.
I think defensively, we have a tough task ahead of us. I think we've lacked in tremendously when it comes to our run game, something that we pride ourselves in, and we haven't prided ourselves enough to really hone into the details. Teams, this is a copycat league, and teams are finding ways to repeat plays against us, and we have not stopped them. And so this is going to be a big test for us going against a team that wants to run the ball, and they made it a point to do that against the New Orleans Saints. And we didn't accomplish our particular goal in stopping the run when we played against the Jets. So ultimately, it's about stopping the run and then transitioning from that standpoint.
Joe Tryon-Shanka got as well. What did you think of his game and the way he stepped up?
He was solid all game. He needs to be just a little more, use his power more. He was trying to do too finesse, but he made a great stop on that quarterback sneak at the end.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day. Thanks for watching.